Hey everyone, it's been a while since I did a video, so I figured I'd hop on really quick. Today we're going to talk about how I'm preparing for PA school and what my schedule's looking like. So I'll see you there. So first we'll talk about my schedule for PA school. As most of you know, I've been accepted to PA school and I'm starting in May. I'm finishing up my bachelor's program early May, and we have about 2 weeks off before we go into PA school, at least orientation. So my schedule for PA school is around 9 to 5 every day, somewhere like 8 to 4. Classes are anatomy, physiology, clinical medicine, pharmacology, intro to pharmacology, all the basic stuff, nothing too crazy. The big courses, it seems like, are going to be clinical medicine and anatomy. Anatomy, we have a full day devoted to just anatomy. We have anatomy from 8 to 12, and we have an hour lunch break, and then we go to anatomy lab from 1 to 5. So a pretty full schedule. I'm going to try to still work in my physical therapy job, as it is very flexible. I have the possibility of only working maybe once in every 3 months. Not a lot of other people have that, so I'm going to try to maintain my job there. That being said, PA school is like a full-time job. I know you hear this a lot, but to see like my actual schedule, it's really eye-opening because it is close to 35 hours a week. So it is a very intense, and that's just class time. It's not counting studying time, which is easily probably 60 hours a week or more. Now let's get into how I'm preparing for PA school. We're going to take a minute to have a word from our sponsor, Advanced eClinical Training. Since we were talking about gaining patient care experience, and I talked about it in the past, I know it's a big issue for a lot of people, especially with the pandemic going on. So I wanted to talk about Advanced eClinical Training Certified Clinical Medical Assistant Program. So if you're not familiar with what a certified medical assistant does, they're involved in many specialties in the medical field, primarily physician offices, where they help out in small procedures like blood draws, different small kind of surgical operations, different things like that. So there's a lot of opportunity available to work as a medical assistant, and Advanced eClinical Training has one of the best programs that I have seen. It is completely online. It's an 8-week program, but it is self-paced. There's no deadlines for anything, so it's not like regular college, and there's nothing in person. Even when you finish after the 8 weeks, you take a national certification exam that is online, and then you can work as a medical assistant within as fast as 8 weeks. And there's currently 100% money back guarantee, so if there's anything you don't like about the course, you can get your money back in full. Additionally, there's other packages available where you can have additional add-ons, such as more interactive classes and one-on-one instructors, so there's a lot of opportunity there. If you're interested, the link is in the description below. It should automatically apply the discount code. If it doesn't, you could use the code Christian, CHRISTIAN 100, and you get $100 off. So I hope you guys check that out, and let's get back to the video. Alright guys, let's get into how I'm preparing for PA school. So my camera is the biggest pain ever. I just realized I wasn't recording after I recorded essentially the whole video. So if I miss anything, I apologize. It's just, if it wasn't for my camera, like this YouTube thing would take literally like 10 minutes every day, but because I always have issues with the camera, it takes a lot longer than that. But anyway, regardless, what I'm doing to prepare for PA school, there's not much that I'm doing because I am going right from my bachelor's degree to graduate school. I have 2 weeks in between, so it's kind of a little different than some applicants. I would say most applicants, because they may have had a few months off and then gone to PA school, even a few years off if they were working in medicine. So I come from a unique perspective. Let me talk really quick about what I would do if I was coming back to school from a few years off or even a few months off. Definitely touch up on your medical terminology. A lot of programs require a medical terminology course taken recently, so I would highly recommend you do that maybe at a local community college or even online. I found a few programs for medical terminology. Additionally, touch up on anatomy and physiology. These are really the only classes that you will need to be at an equal wavelength with applicants who are going right from bachelor's degree to PA school. All the other courses I took that are part of the core curriculum don't really translate into PA school. I took courses for my nutrition minor that transfer over, but other than that, none of them really transfer over as far as the typical classes you take in your bachelor's degree. Obviously now clinical experience is going to help a lot, and I feel like there's disadvantages and advantages from going right into PA school versus working in medicine for a few years and then going to PA school. One of the big advantages of going straight into PA school is obviously the adjustment is probably easier. I want to say probably easier because you're already burned out from school, and I definitely feel that my senior year. But you already have you're in the zone of study, and you already have those study tactics fresh in your mind. You have the knowledge fresh in your mind. But a disadvantage that those people have is not as much clinical experience as someone who, say, has worked as a nurse after graduating their bachelor's degree for 5 to 10 years, and now they're going back to PA school. Now, I feel like I have an advantage of both sides of things because I've been in college for the past 5+ years, but additionally I have more clinical experience than other applicants because I'm older and I've had more time, and I had a licensed job that allowed me to get more hours than other people. So I have the benefits of both sides, I feel like. So as far as preparing for PA school, there's not much that I can do or that I have time to do. Like I said, we only have 2 weeks, and I'm not going to spend my senior year while I'm preparing for finals preparing for PA school, or those 2 weeks preparing for PA school, because there's not much I have to do. I'm not going to look through the books early. I never do that because I want to take everything head on. Now, if I was coming and didn't have medical terminology, I would touch up on that, touch up on my anatomy and phys, but I'm taking all that stuff this semester, so I'll be pretty prepared. So what am I going to do to prepare for PA school? Really nothing. The basics, order the books. I might not even get books for PA school. I might just do everything online and get all my medical equipment, which, by the way, was almost $600 for all the medical equipment. So keep that in mind, and books, if required, could be $1,500 or more. Very expensive. One thing I am doing to prepare for PA school specifically is applying to scholarships. I want to be able to fully fund PA school. That is my goal, my financial goal for PA school, and that is one thing I'm doing to prepare. I highly recommend everybody does that, because you don't want to be $100,000 or more in debt when you graduate. That takes a while to pay off, especially if you're just making default payments. It could take 10 to 20 years to pay off. So I hope you guys keep those things in mind. Recognize the differences and advantages and disadvantages of going straight into PA school from undergrad, or coming from medicine and then going into graduate school. And recognize what your strengths and weaknesses are and the position that you're in, and then act accordingly. And once you actually get into PA school, you've already come this far to be accepted and to be starting. I mean, I know, and that you have what it takes. You just gotta be willing to put in the work and keep your head up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to keep you updated on my journey through PA school. Finally there. And I hope you guys join me along this journey. I'll see you guys in the next one.